Today I am going to give demonstration on image loading. In that we will see about what is image loading and its different aspects. Along with this, we also see a demo of image loading. This is the agenda of my presentation. Here we will see uses of image loading, what is image loading, how we do image loading, and challenges facing while performing image loading. And also we see top open source library available for image loading. And then we compare traditional approach versus library. And then we also compare Picasso and Glide library. And then we see interesting demo of image loading. Let's move to first slide, uses of image loading. So as you know, displaying an image in a mobile application is one of the most common tasks for application developers. Nearly every application display some kind of graphics. If you talk about any gallery like app, or if you talk any e-commerce app, or you have to show user screen, user list, or you have to show any type of information, so you need some images on UI. So our question is how we load image on UI. So for that you have to perform image loading operation. So let's see the definition of image loading. So image loading is a process of loading an image in an application. There are two approaches to loading image on UI. First one is a load image from remote server, and second one is a load image from local storage. So what do you think? Image loading is quite an easy task. Surprisingly, it can be quite challenging to efficiently load and display an image on Android. So let's see how we do image loading. So here is the workflow diagram of image loading. There is a two approach. One is remote server and second one is a local storage. So let's see. Whenever we receive a request to load image from remote server, so first we check image is present in cache or not. If it's present in cache, so we read that image from cache and scale it to required size and then load to image view. But if image is not present in cache, so then we download that image from image URL first and then put into image cache, and then read that image from cache and scale it to required size and then load to image view. And if we talk about local storage, so whenever we receive request to load image from local storage, so we read that image from local storage and scale it to required size, and then we load that image into image view. So this is the basic flow of image loading. Let's understand image loading process in detail with different scenarios. So you can see in left side of the screen, there is a three scenario of image loading. First one is a bitmap is in memory cache. Second is a image is in disk cache, and third one is a no images in cache. So whenever a bitmap is already present in memory cache, so we just take that image bitmap image from memory cache and post that bitmap and then display on image view. And if we talk about second scenario, so image is present in disk cache. So for that we have to do first we have to take that image and decode that image into bitmap, then pre-process that bitmap, and then then put into cache memory, and then we post process on bitmap and then load into image view. And if we talk about the third scenario, no images in cache, so here we have to download the first image from server and then put into disk cache, and then we have to decode that image into bitmap, then pre-process that bitmap and then put into memory cache, and then we have to do post process on that bitmap and then load into image view. So this is the complete flow of image loading. But there are some challenges facing while performing image loading, uh, like caching and memory management, managing background tasks, handling out of memory exception, handling duplicate requests, and downscaling. So let's see one by one. So first challenge is caching and memory management. Caching and memory management are two important tasks if we performing image loading, because images are cached to memory and to disk for super fast loading, and simultaneously you need to take care of memory management also. If you not take perform memory management properly. So there is just chances of coming this storage full error. You can see on screen, all and storage almost full. This type of error you can uh, coming in your application. So you have to develop a strong algorithm for that. So it is quite challenging for us. And if we talk about second challenges, so manage background tasks and downscaling. So download image, decode bitmap, and downscale bitmap. These all are long running process. So if you did not perform this process in background and in different thread, so there are the chances of coming application not responding error. You can see on screen. This is a application not responding error. So you have to perform this process in background and in different thread. So it is also quite a challenging task for us. And if we talk about third challenging, so handling out of memory exception. So whenever we have to work with big size bitmap file, or if we have to try to simultaneously load 100 to 200 images at a time, then there are the chances of throw and out of memory exception. So handling out of memory exception is also quite a challenging task for us. So in order to solve all the challenges and concerns which are told now, there is a need of some solution, and for that open source library are the best solution, because open source library have already taken care of the above mentioned challenges. So here are the some top open source library available for image loading. Like you see Glide, which is developed by Bumptech, Picasso developed by Square, Fresco developed by Fesgo, and Coil, which is developed by Kotlin Coroutines, and Universal Image Loader developed by Indic developers. So this is top 5 open source library for image loading. Now we see the comparison between traditional approach and library approach. So if you use traditional approach, then you have to worry about downloading of an image, maintaining cache, downscaling, testing, and you have to worry about the user permission also. And for and for all this operation, you have to do lots of coding work also. And after implementation, you have to test that implementation also. So you have to worry about testing also. But if you talk about the library, so you do not need to worry about the downloading image, not worry about the user permission. And using one line of code, you can load the image easily. And if we talk about testing, so in library, the code is well tested already. So this is the some advantage of library. You, then we compare two topmost library available for image loading, Picasso and Glide. So if we talk about size, so Picasso is less in size, and if we talk about Glide, so Glide is 3.5 times larger than Picasso. And if we talk about the method count, so Picasso has 849 methods, and Glide has 2678 methods. Uh, and if we talk about the working algorithm of maintaining cache, Picasso use it store full size image in cache and recite them on runtime. But if we talk about the Glide, so it download image from URL and recite it and store it to the cache. There is some more chances coming out of memory exception in Picasso, but in Glide there is some less chances of coming out of memory exception regarding their caching algorithm. And if we talk about next point, so if file is downloading from internet, so Picasso is faster than Glide. And if we talk about the downloading image from cache, so Glide is faster than Picasso. And here are the here is example of both the libraries you can see on screen. And then there is a one more difference between Picasso and Glide. You can see in Glide image view, GIF format is supported in Glide library, but you can see in Picasso, GIF format is not supported. So this is the one more difference between Picasso and Glide. So this is all about presentation. Let's see the interesting demo of image loading. So for demonstration, I already created one application for image loading demo. So here I use three approaches. First one is a traditional approach, and second one is using Glide library, and third one is using Picasso library. So here first we see traditional approach. So for traditional approach, I use the image loader. So you can see when I click on image loader, so images uh, loaded properly, and quality of image is also good. And if we see the glide, when we click on glide button, so here also you can see the image is clearly loaded with good quality. And if we see the Picasso, so here Picasso, here also image is loaded properly and with good quality. So here you can see there is a no difference between all these three approaches in output. But now we go on coding part and see the difference between traditional approach and using library approach. So here is the Android manifest file. So for all three approaches, I use a different activity. Uh, so whenever we use any new activity in your Android application, so we need to add in Android manifest file. So here I already added image loader activity, glide demo activity, and Picasso demo activity. And if you have to use any services in your application, and you have to use any receiver in your application, so you have to also add it, register that thing in your Android manifest file. And if you have to give any permission, so you have to also use add a user permission here. So here we need internet permission, so I added a user permission here. and and in Android manifest file, there is all the information regarding application, like we talk about name of application, icon of application, and theme of application. So all this information we have to mention in Android manifest file. Let's see build.gradle file. So here we have to add dependency of library. So here I already added a dependency of Glide and Picasso library. You can see on screen. Uh, and here I use data binding feature. So for that, you have to enable this data binding by using this, add this code on build.gradle file. Then I move to layout file. So for all three approaches, I use common layout file. This one is the layout file. I use root layout has a linear layout, and in linear layout, I just put an image view navigates. Now, first we see the traditional approach. So for using the image load using traditional approach, so I created one package for that image loader. So in this package, I put all the classes and all the files required for using traditional approach. So as I explained in a presentation, so we required a file cache. So you can see here I created file cache class for maintaining file cache, and I also create a memory cache for maintaining a memory cache. And this class utils class is used for download image in the byte form of bytes. So that's why I create this util class. And after that, I created image loader class. So this is a important class. So we see the structure of this class. So here you can see in image loader there is a three inner class: photo to load, photo to load, photos. Photo to load is a simple model class where we just put a URL and image view. And in photos loader, so here is the class to run the actual code in a different thread for that. And bitmap displayer is used for displaying bitmap on UI thread. This class is. Then here is the image loader constructor of this class. So here we just initialize the memory cache and file cache, and also initialize the thread. Then here is next method is the display image. So this is the actual main method. So we can call this method from main activity to load the image, And in this method, we require three parameters: URL, placeholder, and image view. Then next method is a queue photo. So here is this method is used for whenever we receive any request, so we put on a queue. So for that we create this method. And image view reuse. So this method is tell us is image view is ready for reuse or not. And get bitmap method is used for actually this method is first check is requested file is present in cache or not. If it's present in cache, so it's uh, called decode file and decode that file into bitmap and return that. But if it is not present in local file, so it's download from web. And after that it's decode that file, downloaded file, and then return has in the form of bitmap. Here is the actual code of decoding image file from bitmap. So this is the code of decode image file to into bitmap. Then last method is a clear cache. So this method is we can use for clearing the cache, both memory cache and file cache. So you can see for traditional approach, we have to do lots of things here. And this is the main activity, image loader activity. So here I just created a instance of image view and instance of image loader here. And then using this instance, I just call display image method and pass the all three parameters here. So using this we easily we can load the image using traditional approach. So as you can see here, so we require some 4 to 5 classes and lots of methods we have to create it in image loader file also. So this is all about the traditional approach. Now we see using glide. So here is the glide activity. So in this glide activity, you can see using 4 line of code, we can easily load the image. As you see, we just pass the URL and pass the placeholder drawable and just pass the image view. And same for Picasso also. If you see a Picasso activity, so here using 4 line of code, you can easily load the images on image view. So here also we can pass image URL, placeholder, and image view. So this is the difference between traditional approach and using library. So this is all about the demonstration.